By mid-2026, corporate boards are operating within a tightening fiscal vice. There is an urgent mandate to scale revenue, yet the capital available for executive leadership is being strictly rationed. For companies generating under $75 million, the traditional full-time chief marketing officer model has become a structural mismatch. The overhead of a permanent hire now frequently conflicts with the lean requirements of mid-market growth. This fixed executive structure is fracturing. As capital efficiency becomes the primary metric of success, the monolithic corner office is being unbundled into modular roles. The data from Gartner's 2026 spend survey confirms the pressure. Marketing budgets have flatlined, averaging just 7.7% of total company revenue, down significantly from the highs of previous years. While these operating budgets shrink, the compensation demands for top-tier executive talent continue to rise. Between base salary, recruiting fees, and benefits, the first-year cost of a full-time CMO now regularly exceeds $500,000. In a mid-market firm, that single hire can consume nearly half of the total marketing budget before any strategy is executed. In response, the market for fractional strategists has doubled to 120,000 professionals in just 2 years. We are putting the permanent executive and the fractional strategist on trial to determine why the C-suite is moving toward this unbundled model. The evidence suggests that for the modern mid-market company, a permanent executive hire has shifted from a sign of maturity to a significant financial weight. A permanent hire's $250,000 base salary is just the first block in a waterfall chart. Add bonuses, equity dilution, $75,000 in benefits, and 25% recruiting fees. Finally, guaranteed severance creates massive liability, bringing year-one costs to $615,000. When placed side by side with a fractional strategist, the economic gap is stark. Fractional retainers stay within a predictable monthly band. Service-based engagements eliminate equity dilution, benefits overhead, and severance payouts entirely. This shift represents a 40 to 65% reduction in total leadership costs. Companies are redirecting these savings into performance marketing and customer acquisition. The result is a model that converts static administrative overhead into liquid capital that drives actual revenue growth. Traditional hiring is often defended by the need for long-term continuity and cultural integration. Mapping timelines executive permanence is a statistical myth. A traditional search takes months of recruiting and discovery before launching. Despite this, 42% fail within 18 months, leaving behind severance bills. In contrast, fractional leaders deploy instantly within 1 to 2 weeks. Specialized platforms match talent in days, bypassing the multi-month recruiting cycles of traditional headhunters. These strategists arrive with established playbooks from dozens of previous growth stages, allowing them to skip the discovery phase and begin executing immediately. When 6 months of momentum are at stake, speed to impact becomes a more critical metric than the theoretical promise of a permanent hire. Critics of this model argue that a part-time leader cannot possibly match the output of a full-time executive. This objection ignores the 2026 marketing reality, the rise of the agentic AI operating system. This flowchart shows the fractional strategist as architect. They dictate strategy, which flows directly into an agentic AI operating system. This central hub splits into continuous output loops, automated research, multi-channel content production, and 24-hour lead enrichment. These agents operate autonomously between the fractional leader's strategic touchpoints, ensuring that work never stops. By leveraging an AI ecosystem, a single fractional strategist can generate the total output of a traditional 10-person marketing department. AI has decoupled results from hours worked. This technology makes the financial case for a bloated, fixed headcount impossible to sustain. The brand doom loop begins when a permanent CMO requests an awareness budget. Without rigorous attribution, impact remains invisible, triggering C-suite skepticism. Ultimately, over 40% of CMOs who cannot prove brand ROI lose their seats in a downward spiral. Fractional leaders operate outside of this political cycle. They are not incentivized to build internal empires or protect unmeasurable budgets. Because their contracts are results-based, they are forced to prioritize data-driven revenue systems that provide immediate transparency. This focus on rigorous attribution protects the company's capital and ensures that every dollar spent is tied directly to a growth outcome. The global market is actively shifting away from the traditional permanent executive model for growth stage businesses. The fractional executive market has reached a valuation of $5.7 billion, driven by an annual growth rate of 14%. Industry analysts expect this to become a structural norm. By 2027, one-third of all mid-size enterprises will have at least one fractional executive on retainer. For founders and CEOs, a mandate is clear: rent the strategic playbook and automate the execution. The days of buying expensive, permanent executives to solve temporary growth hurdles are ending. Marketing leaders must also adapt. Career longevity now depends on transitioning from an organizational manager into a portfolio professional who can architect AI systems. The unbundling of the corner office is complete. We are moving toward a modular C-suite, where specialized expertise is deployed dynamically and on demand. In 2026, the permanent executive seat is a relic of a slower era. The future of C-suite leadership is a subscription.